So let me ask, and I know we covered this a little bit, but I think it's worth asking again. Specifically, what is the benefit of mindfulness on communication?
The first thing it does is that it gives us really important information about what's going on for us. What's our bit? Like, what do we need to say? Mindfulness helps us to really get clear on that. Mindfulness helps us to know what's going on for the other person. Because when we're here, our body is always picking up all kinds of information. But if we're not mindful, we miss all kinds of cues. When we're mindful, we actually see the cues, we're getting the information from the other person, and we can use it, we can actually process it.
So just to make that a little bit more concrete, I might be in a conversation with one of my colleagues, and I can pick up that he or she is nervous or upset or angry, and I can be attuned to that in a way that makes the conversation go more smoothly.
Exactly. Whether we're trying to actually get something done materially, or we're just trying to understand each other better, the essence is understanding. So if you want to understand something, you need to be here. If you're not here, good luck understanding anything.
This seems like an epidemic in modern society. It is not uncommon for people to come to my office and sit across from me and check their iPhone while they're in my office. So I'm stuck marooned in my own office with somebody else checking their email.
What's funny about that is that in that situation we know that someone's not here, but probably half of the time we're having a conversation with someone and they look like they're here, but they could be anywhere, thinking about something else, remembering something, judging us, thinking about what they're going to say next, So how much of the time are we actually really here when we're having a conversation?
Do you think mindfulness is the antidote to that? Because it's true, if I'm going to be honest, that notwithstanding my meditation practice, I sometimes wander off into greener pastures in my mind while talking to other Homo sapiens.
I think it is the antidote for it, especially when you pair it with that sense of curiosity that we were talking about before.
There are a couple levels of the application of mindfulness to communication. On the one hand, you have to be here in order to understand.
Yep.
But on the other hand, one of the things you learn through mindfulness and meditation is a sort of a resilience, the grit and skill of starting again.
Yeah.
And so we're going to make mistakes in communication.
Yep.
If we can get curious about it rather than just engaging in mindless self-flagellation, that is actually the route to improvement.
Yeah, because if every time that we screw up, we beat ourselves up or think that we did something wrong or it shouldn't have been that way, are we going to learn? Whereas if we screw something up and go, oh gosh, that's really interesting, I wonder what happened there, then it's much less likely we're going to make the same mistake.
So you don't have to think I'm a failure. Actually, the fact that you are quote unquote failing is actually success.
It's progress, because you're actually seeing the patterns that are running much of the time in your life and you're just not aware of them.
So the other thing in your view that mindfulness does is help you kind of stay balanced and centered in the middle of a conversation, which can be, at least internally and also externally, stormy.
When we're actually here, when we're mindful, we actually have like a meter inside that tells us how we're feeling, what's happening in real time, and helps us to adjust to that. So when we get reactive, when we get angry, when we get nervous, when we get frustrated, instead of recognizing that that's what's happening 2 hours later or after we blow up, we get the feedback quicker so that we can adjust. We're available to respond in the moment to what's happening.
Yeah, because your body is sending you all sorts of important signals. That can sound a little woo-woo, but actually, when you're in a situation and you are able to notice that your chest is buzzing, or your ears are turning red, or you're having these self-righteous thoughts, that these are important signals, you're maybe about to lose it. But with some mindfulness, you can not take the bait.
Exactly.
Mindfulness is the essential ground for communication. If we're not here, what are we doing when we're talking, when we're listening? We're generally just running our automatic habits. So when we cultivate mindfulness, we have the opportunity to do something different. It allows us to really know what's going on inside of us, gives us information about what's happening for someone else, and it helps us to stay balanced with any reactivity or activation that might happen. Today we'll be continuing our meditation practice by exploring mindfulness of breathing. Just like the body, our breath is always here. We're often not aware of it, but we're always breathing. So whatever's happening, our breath is available to us to come back to mindfulness. This is important for meditation because as we pay attention to and feel our breathing, we can shift out of our habitual tendencies of controlling or being lost in thought to connect with the body's natural processes. So let's begin. Start by sitting comfortably. Find a posture that feels relaxed yet alert. Your eyes can be open or closed. Taking a few deep breaths just to get here and set aside anything else that's been happening. Let's start by taking some time again to just connect with the feeling of the body sitting. Notice the contact of your bottom on the cushion or chair. Feel the sense of weight in the body, wherever you notice it. Perhaps in your arms, your legs, your torso. Using the direct experience of feeling your body sitting as an anchor, allowing the mass, the weight of the body to ground the attention in just what's happening right now. As you sit, you might notice that the body's breathing. There's no need to focus on the breath in any special way. Not try to make it long or short or deep. Often people feel the breath most clearly in one of three places. This might be at the tip of your nostrils, might be the rise and fall of your chest, or the movement of the abdomen, expanding and contracting. One isn't better than the other. Just continue to feel your body sitting and notice if and when you feel the breath. What's most important is to just receive the sensations of breathing in a relaxed and natural way. We're not trying to do anything special. We're not trying to stop our thoughts or calm our body. Just being here, feeling the body breathing. As you feel your breath, notice the difference between an in-breath and an out-breath. What do you feel that lets you know that you're breathing in? How does an out-breath feel different? Just receiving the sensations of breathing in and breathing out in a relaxed yet curious way. If you notice that the mind gets lost in some thought, it's completely natural. The key is that you've noticed. Come back to feeling the body sitting and allowing the breath to come into focus on its own. If you notice the breath getting tight or contracted, or feel like you're beginning to struggle or strain, just come back to feeling the body sitting. Put the breath down, don't worry about it, it'll take care of itself. Let's shift gears now to a short reflection. Still sitting, still feeling your breath as you hear my voice. Again, imagine something that's coming up in your day. talking with someone that you see regularly. Notice where you are. Are you sitting or standing? Are they sitting or standing? Take a few moments to just allow that scene to become real for you in your mind. And now imagine in the middle of the conversation, just taking a moment to take a breath. Pausing during our day is a powerful way to bring mindfulness into the flow of our activities and our conversations. It doesn't need to be a long pause, just enough to return to mindfulness and feel the body or feel a breath. To end our meditation, you can let your eyes open slowly, still feeling your body, feeling your breathing, and looking around the room, reconnecting with your surroundings. As you go through your day, see if you can be here more, feeling your body, feeling your breathing. The more present we are, the more choice we have about how we respond to things, and the more clarity we have about what we say, how we listen, and how we interact. As often as you can remember, come back to feeling your body or feeling your breath. And if you notice yourself getting lost or caught up, just pause. It only needs to be a moment or two, and we come back to mindfulness. So have fun practicing today. We'll see you tomorrow.